Welcome back to Probably Unlimited Games, where Matt discovered that the better landscape material was completely broken, and said screw it. Then he decided to build his own from scratch. So Matt started integrating the new landscape material we found last week, the one with good performance, good documentation, and 90 frames per second in all of the demos. It's broken. The entire world renders as pure black. There's a workaround. Fill the entire level with one layer type, which makes it render correctly. But that defeats the entire purpose of an auto material, because then you'd have to manually paint all the textures across the entire world, instead of the material intelligently blending based on the slope terrain and height. So, the better option turned out to just be another dead end. This spurred a little bit of a change in Matt. This week, he could feel himself slowly turning into one of those developers who does everything themselves. Not entirely because they're control freaks, but because they were tired of other people's solutions being broken, badly documented, or designed for use cases that don't match our needs. This is to be expected to some extent. A lot of games require custom logic and setup, and we run into assets that are so generic that they don't really fit anywhere. But when you're running into problem after problem with other people's code, you start to wonder, what's the point? If this is going to cost me money, and I'm still going to spend a bunch of time troubleshooting and bug fixing, then what have I really gained? So, if you want a landscape material that works, build it yourself. Want foliage that performs well? Configure it yourself. Want documentation that makes sense? Write it down yourself. All of this learned through sheer stubbornness and accumulated frustration with assets that almost work, but not quite. After that, Matt found that Royal Sky has a 2-minute tutorial on landscape materials. Royal Sky is one of those savant developers that not only understands how things are done, but actually how to explain them, and in 2 minutes or less. At this point, he seems to have a basic tutorial on everything Unreal related, and he doesn't waste your time with videos stretched to hit monetization points. Seriously, if you're trying to learn this stuff yourself, go watch him. He's amazing. More importantly, Matt found a in-depth tutorial on auto materials, how to build them, how everything works, the whole foundation. It is about 14 hours long though. His plan? Get through it within a week. He knew it was ambitious from the start, but what's the point of having goals if they don't kick you in the ass when you try to accomplish them? So, Matt got the basic material setup working and implemented. So far, he has 4 material layers that blend based on slope, snow for the mountaintops, even though we aren't likely to have snow or mountains in the game, color controls for each layer, and the ability to toggle which layers are active. However, the material isn't finished. He didn't get it done like he'd hoped, probably because 14 hours of tutorials will take anyone more than a week to do.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Especially when you're trying to implement what you're learning simultaneously, and also working a day job. But the foundation is there. He's building a custom landscape material system from the ground up, which means that he'll understand how it works and can fix it whenever he breaks, and change it whenever or however we want. So yeah, we're finally becoming build-it-yourself devs. Not because we really want to, but it doesn't seem like we have a choice. Which reminds me, I need to get off my ass and start doing Blender tutorials again, instead of relying on marketplace assets for that. It's slower in the short term, 14 hours of tutorials plus implementation time versus buying an asset that claims to work, but in the long term, we'll have a material system that he fully understands, the ability to customize exactly what we need, and no dependency on unmaintained assets. So, it's all about trade-offs. Time now for capability later. Steve, and not Steve, observe Matt's descent into material madness with their characteristic stillness. They know their place. They know they are nothing more than the default human model. They know the time will come when they will be replaced. But that is not this day. Today, they watch. They wait, for they know they transcend this game, and they know they cannot be destroyed in any way that truly matters. Oh yeah, I built a house too. It's pretty small. Anyway, like and subscribe. It really does help.